Wilson Morales from Black Film TV. Here we are talking to Y'lan Noel regarding his role in the upcoming Apple TV Plus series, Lady in the Lake. How are you?
Couldn't be better, man. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah. So we've got this series, Natalie Portman, Moses Ingram, yourself, Wood Harris, a number, Josiah Cross. There's a lot of names I can't always mention because I'm always going to forget. But you're here. Talk to me
Yeah.
about, what this series is about and how did you get involved?
I got involved because the biggest name, Alma Har'el, she's been I've been a fan of hers for quite a long time. And when she hit me up about potentially being in this, I was all ears. And I was ready to go on that ride because I think that she's such a visionary, man. And her emotional intelligence, her collaborative spirit was something that I was really looking forward to going on a. I was it allowed me to really be looking forward to going on a journey with her.
Mhm. And then we can't say so much, but what can you talk to me about your role?
Yeah, well, I play Ferdinand Platt, Ferdy Platt. His nickname is Ferdy. He's a cop that lives in Baltimore, and we're in 1960s Baltimore, so it's period piece. And I got to play a cop who isn't willing to compromise on his values. The workplace for him is one that is, since it's the 1960s, a bit racist, and yet he looks people square in their eyes, and he doesn't compromise on what it is that his values are. That was one of the most, I guess, the biggest draws to this character for me was the fact that he had integrity, um, and that he was willing to pursue his dreams.
Now, is the role the same as the book? Was he a black cop in the book, or is this something that they did differently for the screen?
Yeah, he's in the book. He also is a black cop. Yeah.
Okay. Had you read the book to see how you wanted to play the role outside of what the book called for and outside of what the script called for to make it your own?
Yeah, I mean, and part of making it my own was meant that I read the book, I listened to the book a bit, and just to see sort of if it could lend me any colors that I wanted to add. But for the most part, it was reading the script because there's certain details in the script that sort of meander from what the original source material was. So I didn't want to be too precious with the reading of the book because it being embodied now by me, it gave me an opportunity to add sort of my own humanity to it. And Alma, being the type of artist that she was very collaborative in that way. Just from the certain ways that I might say something. In the book, there's an extremely mysterious quality about Ferdy that we had to find ways of developing and building out, I'm excited to see if viewers see if we did.
Mhm.
I think.
You're working opposite Natalie. You're working opposite Moses. What was that collaboration on set? Did you know them before? And if not, how long did it take before chemistry started between the two of you so that we can see it on screen, between the characters?
Yeah, Moses and I had never met before. I was really excited about working with her because I'm a fan of hers, 100%. But of course, I spent a lot more of my time with Natalie, who I've been a fan of for a while, man. I mean, The Black Swan was the first movie I saw three times in a row, and I've been following her career pretty intensely since. So to stand opposite, one of your idols and be able to act with them, I mean, that's what we live to do. It was a dream come true.
Mhm. Now it's
Yeah.
interesting. Wood Harris is in the movie. I mean, the series.
Uh,
He obviously started off with. I would say started off, but he appeared in The Wire, which was created by David Simon, who's got a somewhat connection to the series because he's married to the author.
mm,
And it's in Baltimore. So that so that's a whole
Wood
dynamic
Harris,
of connections there.
Wood Harris is a GOAT. I mean, one of my favorite movies of all time is Paid in Full. And I felt, it's interesting you brought Wood Harris up because Paid in Full, he plays a character, A Boogie. There was that movie. He plays the lead in the movie that showed me that I could be an actor because those characters in there, Cameron was in it, Mekhi Phifer was in it, and they were this trio. And it reminded me so much of like me and my cousins and my people on the block in Queens. And A Boogie who Wood played uh was very profound in me to seeing myself on screen for the first time. So now I come into meeting him for the first time, and our scene is me being the cop breathing down his neck, and I can't even really give him some sort of the respect that the fan on the inside wants to give him, because I'm still sort of trying to draw that creative imaginary line of don't mess with me and I don't want to mess with you. So it calls for some really interesting scenes that I think people will find the motivation underneath very captivating.
You've done Insecure, you were on that. You've done a couple of movies, now you've done this series. Having worked on this series and working with the people involved, is there anything skill set wise you learned as an actor that you can take on moving forward to whatever project you do next?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Insecure, working with Issa. Um, that's the gift that keeps on giving because I was able to see somebody who's such a boss, but at the same time be such a collaborator. I would forget that woman could, like that she was my boss, and that's a beautiful quality. Um, so just watching her, watching bosses lead by example is something that I'll be able to take that anywhere. Same thing with Alma and Lady in the Lake and Natalie as well. Natalie is able to disappear into character, be funny while we're not filming, and then, just be a really great person all at the same time. So, I hope to be a young boss one day, Wilson, and seeing these people set incredible examples for me is something I can for sure take with me wherever I go.
Now, when you were Insecure, you were the new hot guy. People wanted that. People still refer you as the hot guy. So when they see you on screen, no matter what you do, they're
Uh-oh.
expecting something that's going to appeal to what they want. Are we going
Uh-oh.
to get any of that in Lady in the Lake?
I'll say, yeah, absolutely. It's summertime, so we gotta keep it hot. We gotta do that. But then also you get, outside of that, and of course that's going to vary from viewer to viewer. What we will get is humanity. We'll get humanity up on that screen, and we'll get something that you haven't seen from Y'lan Noel. So we'll get sideburns. It's a lot of sideburn activity coming their way. Um, yeah, I think it'll be exciting for people that have seen other things that I've done, not only for just in terms of seeing me, but because the show is just so much. The show is murder mystery, it's noir, it's psychological thriller, it's sometimes a horror movie, it's a period piece, it's got elements of fantasy, um, and it's set in the 1960s. So like, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Now, you were recently in the news, Call of Duty. People are
Oh,
excited, so talk to me about, getting onto that project because, there's certain games that have been living through for the last 10, 15, 20 years. And anytime there's any adaptation, there's always like, okay, let's see what they're going to do with this. So what are you going
yeah.
to do with Call of Duty?
Listen, it's top three biggest gaming franchises of all time. Um, and I didn't know exactly how big this was until I saw that within 48 hours, the trailer had done like
Did
54
you
million.
not play the game?
No, I mean, I just didn't know how big. You're playing the game and you're playing by yourself a lot of the time. So you like it, but you don't know that the world liked it. And in 3 days, the trailer's going to be at 60 million views. That's insane. And the fact that it's my voice that is underscoring the trailer was I mean, manifestation of a dream come true. I've been wanting to get into to voiceover and animation for a while now. So to be able to do it with some of the boldest creators in the industry is so dope.
So things are looking good for you. Obviously, you got the series coming up. You just got announced for Call of Duty. What goes into saying yes to the projects you take?
Are they going to challenge me, and who the collaborators are? And also, is it something that I haven't done yet? Like you've seen things that I've done. I like to go to different genres. I like to experience as much as I can possibly experience um, by embodying different vessels. And if it means going from, being a hot guy on a really dope show that shows us in a very nuanced way to, being an action hero in the Purge to being, an animated version of an action hero, it's something I'm gonna sign up for because it calls on a lot of me.
Mhm. At the end of the day, I always say there's a lot of product on TV these days. Even I can't watch everything I want. There's what I want to watch and there's what I have to watch for work. So
Yeah.
like every week there's new product coming out, whether it be streaming in cinemas, whatever. What's
Yeah.
going to get an audience to watch Lady in the Lake?
I think it's going to get an audience to watch Lady in the Lake because it's a show about two women that come from extremely different backgrounds. It's a show that once again is so many things. It's a show that when we first saw the show, we saw the show as a cast, and there's just so many elements to it. And what I'll say, while there's so many other shows on TV, and I'm the same. I mean, it's hard finding a show that to watch. But my number one indication is, have I seen anything like it before? And with Lady in the Lake, I can just tell you right, you haven't seen anything quite like it. For what that's worth, it's fun. It's the summertime, and we got Moses and Ingram and Natalie Portman knocking it out the park. So you want to see a female led show that where the actors give all of themselves, you start at Lady in the Lake.
Mhm. I just got back from Miami from the American Black Film Festival, and I kind of hung out with Issa for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And I always wonder, like, whether it's the show you've done, or the movies, do you still keep in touch with any of the actors? Have you forged any good relationship, or is it just work and you move on?
Oh yeah, no, we can. We definitely all hang out. I'm very fond of all of them. I've continued to keep up with their careers. I saw those pictures with you and Issa. So like, yeah, those are my friends forever. That was the show. Apprentice Penny, our showrunner, he kept saying, "Hey guys, just because we were new to the industry pretty much." And he would always tell us like, it's not always like this. So enjoy. And I think that's a testament to the fact that we still hang out now. I was just with all the guys from Insecure not too long ago. We meet up all the time. So it's been a great source of encouragement meeting those people and staying in contact.
You've got this series coming up, Lady in the Lake. I think people will get a thrill that it, has Natalie, it's Moses,
Yeah.
it's Brian, it's yourself. There's a number of other actors. They're going to hopefully step up, not step up, but get more visibility because some of them
Mm-hmm.
I've known because this is what I do. But for a lot more people, they'll get to see you. And for those who didn't see you insecure, they're going to see you in here. So it's a whole, like you said, it's a whole different genre, whole different audience. It elevates your position to hopefully get more work down the road and different things. So I want to say congrats to this. I'm sure I'll see you down the road, wherever it be, maybe LA, New York. Just continue to work. I always got you. Wherever you're at, take care, stay safe.
My brother, appreciate you. I see you, and it's good being seen.
All right.